Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, before we get into the show, first off, man, if you haven't done this already, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And then next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. You click on that bell. And when you click on that bell, you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded. And one last thing, don't forget to be awesome. So yeah, don't forget to be awesome. And yeah, man, sit back, chillax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink because you're watching The Ryan Awesome Show. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Ryan Awesome Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now today on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about AEW Dynamite for August the 25th, 2021. Now, man, with this show, man, it was not the best show. It was not their best show that they put on tonight. Like it wasn't bad, but it wasn't all that good either. It was fine. It was fine for what it was. Like at first I was looking forward to it, but the only thing I was looking forward to was the CM Punk stuff. Him coming back and him just showing up on Dynamite. That's all I cared about. And him speaking, about Darby Allin. That's all I cared about. Everything else really didn't care about. CM Punk was the only thing that I cared about on the show. And the Chris Jericho stuff too, Jericho and MJF, that's another thing that I cared about too, but mainly CM Punk. That's the only thing I cared about on the show. Yeah, like I just wanted to know like what exactly was he going to do next? Because Punk made his debut, he made his return to wrestling, man, after 7 years, man. 7 years being away from professional wrestling, saying that he'll never come back. And just like what I said before, man, having Punk back, bro, it was just a great night, man. It was just a great night of wrestling. It was a great night of wrestling. And so yeah, but tonight, man, it was not their best show, man. It was not their best show. Like they put on better shows than this though. They really did. But yeah, like the show, it just felt like it was just up and down. Like parts of the show, like the crowd they were into it, and then other parts the crowd they were not into it. But yeah, man, that was it with Dynamite. And so yeah, man, so this is the AEW Dynamite review for August the 25th, 2021 on The Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, man, if you haven't done this already, man, hit the thumbs up, man. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you're watching this for the first time, if you're watching The Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button, man. Hit it. And then right next to it, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell to be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded because I am here every single week, man. Tuesdays for NXT, Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite, Thursdays for Impact Wrestling, Fridays for AEW Rampage, and Saturdays and Sundays are for the pay-per-views, whether it's WWE, AEW, or Impact Wrestling. So this Saturday and this Sunday we don't have no pay-per-views. So tonight's show, it was live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And so our first match of the night, we had Orange Cassidy versus Matt Hardy, Big Money Matt Hardy. And so yeah, man, yeah, this is a fun match to start off the show. And so yeah, first off we have Orange Cassidy hit his most devastating kicks, and Hardy was doing his delete chant, so they were going back and forth. Cassidy was doing his most devastating kicks, and Hardy was doing the delete stuff. So right after he hit the kicks, Hardy did his delete, and so they were going back and forth, and the crowd was going crazy at that point. And so Hardy, he had put his hands in his pockets and he pulled out some money, because he's big money Matt. And so Orange, he drop kicked Hardy. He drop kicked Matt Hardy. And so yeah, Orange, he had took one of the $100 bills, and so he put it in his pockets. And so they went outside the ring. Hardy hit a side effect to Orange on the floor. And so Hardy, he took control of the match. At that point, he started going after the back, Orange Cassidy's back. And so Hardy, he started mocking Orange Cassidy with the most devastating kicks. So he hit the most devastating kicks of his own. And so, yeah, we had Hardy. He went into Orange Cassidy's pockets and he pulled the money back. So he got his money back. And so Hardy, he had a sit out raises edge. A sit out raises edge to Orange. And he kicked out. And so Orange, he started fighting back. He had a tope suicida to Hardy. And he followed that up with a diving crossbody. And he followed that up with a tornado DDT. And Hardy kicks out. And so at that point, Matt Hardy, he was bleeding. He was bleeding all over his nose. I think that, yeah, it came from his nose. It came from his nose. So he had a lot of blood. And so, yeah, Orange, he went on the top rope and he did the Jeff Hardy signal. And so he hit the senton bomb or the swanton bomb, whatever you want to call it, on Hardy. So shades of Jeff Hardy. And so Orange, he did the delete chant. And so, yeah, Orange Cassidy hit the twist of fate. He hit a twist of fate on Matt Hardy. Yeah, he hit the twist of fate on Matt Hardy and he kicked out. So that was a close one, man. That was a close one. He almost had him. And so to end the match, we had Orange Cassidy. He rode up Matt Hardy. So he rode up Matt Hardy while he had his hands in his pockets to win the match. So Orange Cassidy wins the match, and that was it, man. That was it. Still not a fan of the feud, the the Hardy family office and the best friends. Still not a fan of it. But yeah, man, that was it with the match. So yeah, the best friends, they were banned from ringside, I guess, and the Hardy family office were not there either. So it was just a one-on-one, a fair fight. And so yeah, man, what happens next, I don't know. And so yeah, man. So yeah, that was it with that. And so right after that, we had Malakai Black. He did a vignette, and he was talking about Brock Anderson. And so yeah, Black, he started talking about Brock Anderson and all that stuff about their match tonight. And so Black, he had said that, at the end of the day, Brock, you're gonna apologize to me. You're gonna apologize to me for everything that you've done. And so yeah, Black, he has said that if anything happens in the main event tonight, in our match, I'm gonna take out every single member of the Nightmare family. And so that was it with that. And so yeah, so that was the main event of the show. Really didn't. Oh yeah, that's another thing I forgot to bring up. I was not a fan of the ending of the main event. I didn't like the ending with Arn Anderson blocking the Black Mass and having Lee Johnson chase off Malakai Black. That's the one thing I did not like about it. But I'm gonna get into that later. But yeah, that was it with Malakai Black. And so right after that, we had Chris Jericho, Le Champion. He came out, he spoke, and so yeah, Jericho, he said that this week has been the greatest week for AEW, man. You can say that again, bro. And so Jericho, he started talking about his future because he promised everyone that he was gonna talk about his future tonight on Dynamite. And so Jericho, he had said that he lost to MJF 3 times. He lost to him 3 times, and he said that he loses sleep over it, and it's been bothering him. And so Jericho, he said that he has to beat him. He has to beat MJF. He has to beat MJF. And it was in his head over and over and over again. And he has to beat MJF. He has to beat MJF. He has to beat MJF. And so Jericho says that he's going to go after MJF. He's going to continue to go after MJF until he gets him another match. And so Jericho, he had called out MJF to the ring, and because he has a proposal for MJF. And so Jericho says that he wants one final fight. He wants one final fight at All Out. And so the crowd started chanting, one more match, one more match. And so Jericho says that if he can't beat MJF, then he doesn't deserve to be in AEW. And so, yeah, and then he also says that if he loses to MJF, he doesn't deserve, or he'll never wrestle in AEW again. And so, yeah. So yeah, at first I was like AEW again. Maybe he's gonna wrestle somewhere else. And so yeah, so MJF came out to the ring, and so MJF he had like a T-shirt, a white T-shirt that had MJF and the number of times that he beat Jericho, and it says 3 times. And then Jericho name, yeah, Jared Blow. It said Jared Blow, and it said 0 because Jericho never beat him. So the shirt said MJF 3 and Jared Blow 0. And so yeah, MJF he told himself, he said that he made a promise to himself that he'll never fight Jericho again, or he never wrestle Jericho again. And so, but since you put it like that, it's gonna be legendary. Like if I beat you, then you never wrestle again. So that'll be legendary. And so yeah, so MJF he agrees to the match, but there's only one thing. There's only one thing. There's only one catch. And so with MJF, there's always a but, man. With these heels, is always a but. And so yeah, MJF he wants Jericho to put his whole entire career on the line. So if Jericho loses, then his career is over, man. His career is over. His wrestling career is over. And so MJF he has said that he will beat Jericho. He will beat him. Not once, not well. He's gonna beat him again for the 4th time, and he's better than him. He said that he's better than Jericho, and he knows it. And so yeah, that was it with that. And so that's at All Out, man. And so yeah, man. I do not know about this. I do not know about this. Jericho versus MJF, winner. Winner. If Jericho loses, he retires. I don't know. I really don't know. I honestly I don't think Jericho is ready to hang up the boots yet. I think he still wants to wrestle, but there's nothing left for him to do. There's nothing left for Jericho to do. But I don't think he wants to retire. But yeah, but MJF, man, you cannot beat MJF. You cannot beat MJF. Like he's the top heel right now in AEW, the top heel in wrestling. And to have him lose, man, to Jericho right after he beat him like 3 times, like dude, it's not gonna make any sense. It's not gonna make any sense. Like you already beat him a 3rd time. What makes you think that Jericho is gonna beat him for a 1st time? So yeah, man. And then like, dude, his catchphrase, "I'm better than you, man. I'm better than you, and you know it. I'm better than you, and you know it." He beat him 3 times. Like, he don't have to prove anything. He don't have to prove anything to Jericho. He beat him 3 times. He beat him 3 times. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. Well, not once, not twice, but 3 times. But yeah. So yeah, I do see MJF winning a match. Like I don't know, man. I really don't know. But if I had to go with anybody, I had to go with MJF because MJF he's that type of guy that can't lose, man. He cannot lose. And to have a win over Jericho, not only have a win over Jericho, but to put him out of his misery, man, to end his career, man, that is legendary. Just like what he said earlier, is legendary. And it's gonna make him even more of a heel, a mega heel, a mega heel. He's already over as a heel. Like people already hate him. And a win over Jericho and ending his career, man, he'll be even more hated. He'll be even more hated if he can pull, if he can beat Jericho at All Out. So yeah, man, and that'll be a great accolade, man. That'll be a great accolade for MJF, and he'll never shut up about it. He'll never shut up about it. You know. So yeah, if they're smart, give it to MJF, I guess. Give it to MJF, man. But yeah, man. But I thought that was it though. I thought the 5 labors of Jericho, cause Jericho he gotten what he want. He gotten what he want. He gotten the 5 labors of Jericho, and he fought MJF. He went through everybody just to get to MJF. He beaten everybody to get to MJF, and he ended up losing to the final boss, MJF. So what makes you think that he's gonna beat MJF? Period. So yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't know. But yeah, the match should be good, man. The match should be good. But yeah, man, that was it with that. And so right after that, we had the Varsity Blondes. So they were backstage. They were talking about their match with the Lucha Bros in that tag team Eliminator tournament, and they said that they're gonna win. They will win the tournament, and they will go on against the Bucks at All Out. And so yeah, so that was it with that. And so right after that, we had the tag team Eliminator tournament. And so it was the Lucha Bros, that's Pentagon and Ray Fenix with Alex Abrahantes in their corner versus the Varsity Blondes, that's Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr. with Julia Hart in their corner. And so yeah, we had the Young Bucks. They came out, Matt and Nick Jackson, AEW World Tag Team Champions with Brandon Cutler and the Good Brothers, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, the Impact World Tag Team Champions. And so they came out to get a closer look. And so yeah, man, with these multi-man matches, man, and these tag team matches in AEW, man, I cannot take notes, man. Like they're tag team matches and they matches in general, man, they are fast paced, man, really fast paced. And so yeah, Griff and Fenix, they were going back and forth, and then Pentagon and Pillman Jr. were going back and forth. And so Pentagon, he hit a super kick on Pillman Jr. and then Pillman Jr. hit a super kick on Penta. And so Penta hit a sling blade on Pillman Jr. And so at that point, the Lucha Bros, they took control of the match during the commercial break, picture in picture, of course. And so the Varsity Blondes ended up fighting back. And so at one point we had like a botched, it was a botched assisted DDT. It was from Pentagon to Griff Garrison. So he tried to hit I guess a flying DDT of some sorts, a flying DDT, but he didn't get all of it. He did hit the DDT, but the DDT was not all that good. It was weak. And so yeah, so Fenix, he had took out the blinds, and so we had a cutter to Pillman Jr. from Fenix. And so the Lucha Bros, they super kicked the blinds. And so we had a tope suicida, man. Tope suicida to the blinds from Fenix, which was nice, man. And so we had a powerbomb to Fenix from Pillman Jr., and he kicks out. And so Griff Garrison, he had a phenomenal forearm. So shades of AJ Styles right there, man. And so yeah, both of these teams, they were going back and forth. And then we had a super kicks to Pillman Jr. And so to end the match, we had an assisted power driver to Pillman Jr. from the Lucha Bros to win the match. So the Lucha Bros wins the match, and we'll go on to the next round of the tournament. And so right after the match, we had the Jurassic Express and the Lucha Bros. They were face to face. And so the Bucks, who were also at ringside, they shoved the Jurassic Express people, or the Jurassic Express guys. The Bucks had pushed the Jurassic Express into the Lucha Bros, while the Lucha Bros were turned around and all that stuff. To try to get the Lucha Bros and the Lucha Bros and the Jurassic Express to fight each other. But they took out the Bucks instead. They saw what the Bucks tried to do, and so they took out the Bucks and the Good Brothers. So that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, man, that was it with the match. Just like what I said, man, match was all over the place. Could not take notes in this match. Very fast paced match. And man, yeah, man, the Lucha Bros, man, they are freaking awesome, dude. They are awesome. And so yeah, man, that was it with the match. And so right after that, we had the women's match. And so we had Jamie Hayter with Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D, who is the AEW Women's Champion, and Rebel in their corner, in her corner, and Jamie Hayter's corner, versus Red Velvet. And so yeah, this was when the crowd, man, was quiet, man. This is when the crowd was quiet. And so yeah, Red and Hayter, they were going at it, and so we had a follow-away slam to Red, and then a tope suicida, two tope suicidas to Hayter, which were brutal, man. Like she looked like she threw herself into Hayter, man, with those tope suicidas. And so Baker took out Red outside the ring behind the referee's back. And so yeah, at first the commentary team said they were going to commercial break, but they never went to commercial break. It took them a while to get to commercial break. The picture in picture, of course. But it took them a little bit, and so they finally went to commercial break, picture in picture, of course, and Hayter took control of the match. And so we came back from commercial break. Red started fighting back. She had a face buster on Hayter, and so Baker, she tried to distract Red, and so Red took out Baker, and so the crowd started booing. And so yeah, I don't know what was going on right here, man. Red, she had overshot it. She missed the moonsault, a standing moonsault. Like she missed it. It was a standing moonsault. How you miss a standing moonsault? Like it ain't make any sense. She overshot it. And so yeah, and so to end the match, we had a clothesline from hell to Red to win the match. So Jamie Hayter wins the match. So right after that, the heels, they took out Red, and so Statlander came out to save Red, and so yeah, that was it with that. You know, the match was sloppy, man. It really was. So yeah, so of course it's gonna be Chris Statlander versus Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D. at All Out for the AEW Women's Championship. So of course Britt Baker is gonna retain. But right after that, we had the Dark Order. They spoke. They were backstage. They spoke. So apparently we have turmoil in the Dark Order. So we have problems in the Dark Order. And so Evil Uno, he started speaking. And so the Dark Order guys, they kept blaming each other about Hangman Adam Page's absence and all that stuff. And, you know, the situation, everything that's going on with Hangman Adam Page and all that stuff, not being able to challenge for the championship and all that. And him not being there. And so, yeah, Reynolds, you know, Uno, he started speaking down on the Dark Order members and stuff. And so Reynolds, he had a problem with Evil Uno and the way he was talking. And so Uno had told Reynolds to go back in John Silver's shadow where he belongs. So that was cold right there, man. That was cold. And so Evil Uno, he apologized to what he said to Alex Reynolds. And so Reynolds, you know, he took offense to that. And so he told Uno to wake up your mind. So he said, Uno, you need to wake up your mind. So that's, you know, the opening lyrics to Brody Lee's theme song. You know, the opening line in his theme song when they play Brody Lee theme music. And it says, wake up your mind. And so, yeah, man. So they paying tribute to Mr. Brody Lee. I love it, man. And so, yeah, we had Reynolds. Yeah, told Uno, just because your name has Uno in it, it doesn't make you a leader. It doesn't make you the leader of the Dark Order. And so Reynolds, he had left. And so that was it, man. That was it. So the Dark Order, man, are slowly splitting away. They're not gonna split up. You know, maybe somebody else is gonna come in and bring them back together. Whether it's Hangman Adam Page, or what if the Dark Order turn heel, man? What if they turn heel and they get another leader, man? I was hearing Bray Wyatt, man. What if Bray Wyatt becomes the leader of the Dark Order? You know, to fill Mr. Brody Lee's shoes as the leader, man, as the leader of the Dark Order. I don't know, man. It could happen. And so yeah, man. Yeah, but right now, man, I don't see them turning heel right now. I really don't. But they're gonna, if Bray Wyatt is gonna come in and lead the Dark Order, man, they gotta get serious, man. Everybody in the Dark Order, they gotta get serious. No more goofy stuff. They gotta get serious, man. They gotta get dark. You know, it's in their name, Dark Order. And so yeah, man. So that was it with that. And so yeah, right after that we had Tony Schiavone. He interviewed CM Punk. So yeah, this is my favorite part of the show, man. CM Punk. And so yeah, Schiavone, he introduces CM Punk. So yeah, CM Punk chants, loud CM Punk chants. So that's when the crowd got back into it. And so CM Punk came out, loud CM Punk chants. And so Schiavone had asked, what brought you back into the ring? And so Punk, he had said that he couldn't hear him. He couldn't hear Schiavone over the loud cheers and all that stuff. And so crowd continued to chant CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. And so Punk, he had mentioned the Lucha Bros, Brian Pillman Jr., Jungle Boy, you know, are guys that he wants to face. But the first guy that he wants to face is Darby Allin. And so yeah, and then Punk, he had brought up the voice of the voiceless, the nickname that he used to call himself, or the nickname he was given, the voice of the voiceless. And so he said that he's gonna retire. He's gonna retire that nickname. He's no longer the voice of the voiceless because there are people in the back that has a voice and that listens. And so yeah, man. And so yeah, he focused his attention to Darby Allin. And so he said that Darby Allin has a heart. And Punk, he had asked himself if he can still go and if he can still be the best in the world. And so Punk, he had says, you know, if the answer is yes, then it starts with Darby Allin. And so yeah, we had a yes chant from the crowd and all that stuff. And so, you know, Punk, he had said that, you know, that's somebody else's thing, that's somebody else's stuff. You know, I'm gonna need you guys to be a little bit more patient. And so the crowd had popped, you know, because that's a Daniel Bryan reference. the yes, 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 and all that stuff, and Punk saying that's somebody else's gig, that's somebody else's stuff, and we'll need you guys to be a little bit more patient. Signifies, man, you know, that Daniel Bryan is coming, or Bryan Danielson is coming to AEW. So that's confirmation right there, confirmation from Punk himself. And so yeah, man, so Punk, he has said that at All Out, Darby Allin versus CM Punk is a lot less about proving the haters wrong, and it's more about proving himself right. And so yeah, so Punk, he had to end the promo, we had Punk, he had gave AJ Lee or April Mendez a shout out. So he gave his wife a shout out on Dynamite. And so yeah, that was it with that, man. That was it. Great to see Punk, man. Great to see Punk, and I cannot wait for All Out, man. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. And you already had me sold on All Out, man. I was already buying the pay-per-view anyways, man. And now that you have Punk and Darby Allin in the same ring, bro, his first match back, dude, I'm even more sold. I'm even more sold. I just can't wait. I just can't wait to see what Punk does next, man. That's what I was looking forward to this entire night, to see what Punk does next. And I just can't wait till he step foot in the ring, man, to see how, if he still got it. Well, he does still got it, but I just want to see him in the ring, man. I just want to see him in the ring. And I have a long list, man, a long list of guys that I want to see Punk in the ring with. Like the list is so endless, dude. The list is so endless for Punk. Put Punk in the ring with everybody, man. Put Punk in the ring with everybody. But yeah, man, that was it with Punk, man. So of course it's gonna be Darby Allin versus CM Punk at All Out in Chicago, his hometown, Chicago. So yeah, man. So that was it, man. Cannot wait for it, bro. And so right after that, we had Miro, the TNT champion, God's favorite champion, the Redeemer, Miro. So he spoke. He talked about Fuego del Sol, and his match against Fuego del Sol the last time they fought. And he said that he forgive Fuego del Sol, and he forgives him. He forgives Fuego del Sol, but he's gonna find Eddie Kingston. And so Miro has said that his wife will love him because he's the Redeemer and all that stuff. So yeah, so Miro, he wants Eddie Kingston. He wants Eddie Kingston, so he calling him out. And it's usually the challenger calling out the champion, but this time it's the champion calling out the challenger, the non-champion. So I don't know if this is a championship match or not, or a non-title match. I don't know what it is, but yeah, man, just go ahead and give it to him, man. Give him Eddie Kingston. And so yeah, man. So that was it with that. And so right after that, we had the trios match. And so it was Darby Allin with Sting in his corner, Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston versus the Wingmen. So that's JD Drake, Cezar Bononi, and Ryan. You thought I was gonna say Ryan Awesome. Ryan Nemeth. Stepping in the ring with Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston and Darby Allin, man. Yes. So yeah, it was JD Drake, Cezar Bononi, and Ryan Nemeth with Peter Avalon in their corner. So yeah, Kingston, he gave a chops to Nemeth. And so Moxley and Kingston, they took out Bononi. We had a Uranage to Drake from Kingston. And so the Wingmen fought back. And then Moxley, he bit Drake. And so we had a code red to JD Drake from Darby Allin from the top rope. So that was nice. And so Avalon, he had tripped up Darby Allin. So Avalon, he's not a part of the match, and he tripped up Darby Allin. And so Kingston and Moxley, they took out Avalon. And then Nemeth had brought out a chair. And then Moxley and Kingston, they took out Nemeth. And so, yeah, Darby, he had hit a stunner on JD Drake. And he followed it up with a coffin drop to end the match. And so Darby Allin, Jon Moxley, and Eddie Kingston, they won the match. And so right after the match, we had Danny Garcia. He attacked Darby Allin from behind. And so, yeah, Moxley, Kingston, and Sting, they took out the rest of the heels. They took out the rest of the Wingmen in the crowd and all that stuff. And so that's when Garcia came out and attacked Darby Allin. And so, yeah, he was beating him up a little bit. And so Moxley, Kingston, and Sting, they ran in the ring. So they chased off Danny Garcia. And so Garcia got out of there. And so, yeah, man, so that was it with that. I'm telling you, man, they are loving, they love this Danny Garcia guy, man. They love him and 2.0, man. So yeah. So we might get another match with these guys, or a one-on-one match with Darby and Danny Garcia. So yeah, so right after that we had Alex Marvez. He interviews Ty Conti, and so because they have the women's casino battle royale at All Out, and so the bunny had interrupted the interview. So Conti, she didn't even get a chance to speak, and so Bunny had interrupted Conti, and she wanted to know why Conti still hang out with the Dark Order and all that stuff, and she told her that she should ditch the Dark Order and join the Hardy family office. And so, like, she handed her a contract. She had handed Conti a contract, a Hardy family office contract. And so Conti had ripped up the contract. She had ripped up the contract, and the bunny had slapped Conti in her face. And so they both started brawling and all that stuff. And you had the referees, they broke up the fight. And so that was it. And so right after that, we had an update on Cash Wheeler's arm, a FTR and a Pinnacle. So yeah, Cash Wheeler, his arm is okay. His arm was heavily taped with tape. And so yeah, man. So yeah, I'm glad he's okay, man. FTR is one of my favorite tag teams, man. My favorite tag team today, man. FTR. So yeah, man. So yeah, they did made it a match next week. Proud and Powerful versus Santana and Ortiz. I mean, Proud and Powerful versus FTR. So I can't wait for that, man. Next week. And so yeah, man. So right after that, we had Kenny by God Omega, who is the AEW World Champion and the Mega Heavyweight Champion, or the AAA Mega Heavyweight Champion, with Don Callis, Brandon Cutler, and Michael Nakazawa. So they came out to the ring, and so Kenny Omega spoke. Don Callis spoke. He took the microphone away from Schiavone. And so, yeah, he said that they will beat Christian Cage at All Out. And so Cage had came out to the ring, and he says that everything that come out of Callis's mouth is BS, is a load of crap. And so, Cage, he had called Callis a corny piece of you know what. And so, yeah. And so we had like a video played of Christian's early career when he was under Don Callis's, I guess, management. When Don Callis was, I guess, a promoter. And so, he ended up getting fired from the company or something like that. And so, yeah, that was it with that. And so, Callis, he had compared himself to Eddie Graham and, these old school promoters and all that stuff. And he compared himself to Vince McMahon. So we got a Vince McMahon name drop on AEW Dynamite. Thought that was really crazy, man. Like, the crowd booed, man. The crowd had booed when they heard Vince McMahon name. And so, yeah, Cage at that point, he was not taking Callis seriously. He was not taking him seriously. He didn't care what he was talking about. Like, dude, I didn't even hear anything that you said. What you said wasn't even that important. And so yeah, so Omega had grabbed the microphone and he had told Cage, "You think you know me? You think you know me, right? You think you know me, punk? You think you know me?" So that's an Edge reference. So Edge is Christian's brother, not his real life brother, but his brother. Kayfabe, their brothers are kayfabe. So yeah, he had mentioned, so that was an Edge reference without even mentioning his name. And so yeah, so Callis, he took off his jacket. So Callis was mad at Christian, and for the insults that Christian had gave Callis and all that stuff. So he took off his jacket. And so Callis, he had said that when you stand next to Kenny Omega, you'll always be known, which you always been known your entire career, second best. And so yeah, that angered Christian, so he was pissed. And so yeah, so Cage, he went right after Callis, so he didn't punch him in his face. He grabbed him, but Omega and Nakazawa and Cutler, they ganged up on Cage. Well, not Nakazawa. Nakazawa was in the corner holding up the AEW title. It was Cutler and Omega. They ganged up on Cage, and so Cutler, he had used the cold spray and he started spraying Christian Cage in his eyes with the cold spray. And so we had Frankie Kazarian. He came out and he chased off the Elite. So yeah, he had like a pipe in his hand and he just chased off the Elite. And so yeah, that was it with that, man. That was it with that. Yeah, man. So yeah, so they made it a tag team match. They made it a tag team match on Rampage. I don't understand that. Why is it a tag team match? Like, Omega and Christian Cage should not be in the ring together, man. They should not be fighting. They have a match at All Out. So it really don't make any sense. But yeah, man, that was it with that. You know, the Edge reference. I love the Edge reference from that. The "You think you know me." And so yeah, man, that was it. And so right after that, we had Jon Moxley. He spoke. He talked about Satoshi Kojima. So Kojima from New Japan Pro Wrestling, who showed up on Impact at one point. So he talked about Kojima calling out Jon Moxley and all that stuff. You know, this old guy, this old man calling out Jon Moxley. And so Moxley said that, you know, once the bell ring, respect, it goes all out the window. Because I am here to hurt you, man. I am gonna hurt you. And so Moxley, he said that he's gonna hurt Kojima really bad. You know, he's gonna hurt him bad. He's gonna hurt him real bad. He's gonna hurt him that bad, man, that he's gonna have to eat his food through a straw. And so that was it, man. So yeah, so it's gonna be Kojima versus Jon Moxley at All Out. You know, I was expecting somebody different, man, from New Japan. Maybe a Hiroshi Tanahashi. That's what I thought it was gonna be. But Kojima, I don't watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, so I don't know what's going on down there. But Hiroshi Tanahashi, man, he's been, you know, he talked. I think he talked about Moxley at one point when he had like a promo and it showed on Dynamite. Like what exactly was he talking about? I think he was talking about either the U.S. Yeah, he was talking about the U.S. IWGP U.S. title and whoever won that match between Moxley and Lance Archer or something like that. So I thought it was gonna be Hiroshi Tanahashi, man. It would have been better, man. It would have been better if it was Hiroshi Tanahashi, man. He probably would have got a better pop, man. He's gonna get a better pop, you know, over a Kojima. But yeah, man. So yeah, that was it with that. I really wanted Tanahashi, man. Tanahashi to show up at All Out, man. Can you imagine that, bro? But yeah, that was it with that. And so right after that, we had the trios match, and it was the Gun Club. So the Gun Club is a part of the Nightmare family. So that's Billy Austin and Colton Gunn. I said Gunn versus the Factory. QT Marshall, Aaron Solo, and Nick Camarado. And so Paul White, aka the Big Show, he was on commentary for the match because he has a match with QT at All Out. So yeah, I am not a fan of that. And so yeah, the Factory, man, they got a jobber's entrance. They did not. The Dynamite did not show their entrance. They had a jobber's entrance. And so yeah, man, Gun Club, they got some offense in the match, and then the Factory, they fought back and they took control of the match during the commercial break, picture in picture, of course. And so we had a hot tag to Colton. He took out the Factory, and then Billy Gunn and Camarado, they took each other outside the ring. And so QT, he gained control of the match, and then QT started pointing at White at commentary and all that stuff. And so White, he was angry. He was mad that QT kept pointing at him, and then he kept yelling on commentary, "Hey, don't point at me. Don't point at me." So he took the headset off, and he got up out of his seat, and he just walked on the stage. He walked to the stage, and so, yeah. And so, yeah, right after that, we had a roll up. We had a roll up to QT from Colton to win the match. So the Gun Club wins the match. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, what? Like, dude, I was like, man, why is QT losing, man? Why is he losing? Like, when he has a match against Paul White at All Out and he's lost. He lost in a tag team match. He was pinned in a tag team match. Dude, this was terrible, man. This was bad. This is the one thing I did not care about in this show. Well, not this is not the only thing I didn't care about. You know, what I'm trying to say is that I didn't care about this. I didn't care about this match. Did not care about this match. And yeah, didn't make any sense, man. I am not a fan of the Factory, man. I am not a fan of the Factory. I am not. Like, do I like with QT, man? With QT, he could be a great heel, man. He could be a great heel, but man, oh man, is he a loser? Is he a loser, man? He lost to Cody. He lost to Knight, and he's gonna lose to Paul White at All Out. So why should I care? Why should I care? Why should anybody else care about the Factory? The Factory, man. Their best probably their best member in the factory is Anthony Ogogo. That's probably their best part about the factory is the Anthony Ogogo guy. Anthony Ogogo is probably the best part of the factory, but Anthony Ogogo is not here. He's recuperating. But yeah, man, the factory are jokes, man. They are a bunch of losers, man. They suck. Like they are not good, man. They are not booked the right way, man. They are a bunch of losers. But yeah, man, that was it with that. And so right after that, we had Dan Lambert and the Men of the Year, Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, man. Let's play this one, man. This is good, man. I'm gonna play it. So yeah, Dan Lambert, Scorpio Sky, and Ethan Page. So yeah, I'm not gonna show it. I'm not gonna show you guys because if I show you guys, I'm gonna be in copyright hell. So I'm not gonna show you. I'm just gonna let it play.
Flying home from the Houston show thinking I'm just not getting through to you people with the tough love approach of telling the truth about this dumpster fire of a professional wrestling company.
Dumpster fire, man.
Occurs to me. What is rule number 1 in running a business? Know your customers and give them what they want. Here I was, blaming AEW for feeding you chicken shit, knowing you mindless millennials would be eating it up as if it were chicken salad, when it's really been your fault all along. You actually want to see some 12-year-old looking dorky gymnast that I would stuff into a locker back in high school get on his knee and propose to his girlfriend instead of getting into a fist fight.
Come on, Sammy
You
Guevara.
want to see the bastard child of Marilyn Manson and Tony Hawk
Pack.
skateboard into the arena while reading a comic book. You want to see some lazy douche in tight jeans and sunglasses wrestle with his hands in his pockets so he can feel confident.
He was talking about Pac. He talked about Pac and I think Darby Allin and Sting.
In the ring. What
And he talked about Orange Cassidy too.
you don't want to see is real men because you are not real men. You don't want to see tough guys because you're not tough. Soft and weak wants to see soft and weak. You want to drink your $8 soy lattes, watch videos on TikTok, and go to wrestling shows in safe spaces where it's perfectly acceptable to break down and cry like a baby because your favorite wrestler shows up to work? You don't have to own the toughest team in the world to realize your generation needs some help. And the only way I'm going to help you is by providing role models for you to look up to. Real men who will stand up to the woke masses and show you the way. Real men like former mixed martial arts fighter turned professional wrestler Scorpio Sky. Real men
Is
like
that true?
lifelong
I didn't know that.
martial artist and double black belt in both taekwondo and karate. Ethan Page.
Ethan Page.
Men of the year who will stand up for you, fight for you, and set an example for you and your children. God forbid you have any.
Oh,
But
man.
who knows? There may still be some hope for you yet.
So yeah, that was it, man. This is good, man. Yeah, man. Bro, dude. Dan Lambert, bro. Dan Lambert. In a minute a year. This is a great promo, man. Great promo from Dan Lambert, bro. And will he be the manager of these two? Will he be the manager of Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky? If so, man, yes. Please keep him. Please keep him as their manager. Keep them as their mouthpiece, bro. Because man, a minute a year, man, they were not doing anything. They were not doing anything. And I wanted them to break up, man. I wanted them to break up, but now that you brought Dan Lambert into it, bro. Yeah, man. Keep them together, man. Keep them together now. And so yeah, man. So yeah, with Dan Lambert, bro, their stock just increased. Their stock just increased. Their legitimacy increased. You know, just having Dan Lambert there speaking for them and all that stuff. He's a great promo, bro. Great promo. Great heel promo too, man. And so yeah, man. So yeah, that was it from Dan Lambert in a minute a year. Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. And so right after that, we had Alex Marvez. He interviews Arn Anderson. So Arn, he has said that he started talking about the match against Malakai Black and his son, Brock Anderson. And so yeah, Arn, he told Brock about Malakai Black and all that stuff, and he called Brock hardhead. He's hard-headed, but he's an Anderson. And so Anderson, he says that he will die for his son. Whatever happens, he will die for his son. And so that was it with that. And so before we get into the main event, bro, let's talk about next week's show. And let's talk about All Out and Rampage. So yeah, next week's show is going to be Brian Cage versus Powerhouse Will Hobbs with Hook in his corner. And also we have Orange Cassidy versus Jack Evans with Matt Hardy in his corner. And then we have FTR, we have Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler. FTR with Tully Blanchard in their corner. So representing the Pinnacle, FTR versus Proud and Powerful Santana and Ortiz representing the Inner Circle. So I can't wait for that, man. That'll probably be the main event of the show. And also we have Jim Ross. Jim Ross, he interviews Chris Jericho, Le Champion. So it's an in-ring interview with Chris Jericho from Jim Ross. And also we have Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone, he sits down with MJF. Tony Schiavone is thrilled about this. He's not. But Tony Schiavone, he's thrilled about it. We have the Rampage. So we have the Rampage show. We have Ty Conti versus the Bunny on Friday on Rampage. And also we have the Jurassic Express. That's Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus with Marco Stunt in their corner versus the Lucha Bros, Pentagon and Ray Phoenix with Alex Abrahantes in their corner. Yeah, the winner of this tag team match will go up against the Bucks at All Out. And also we have Kenny Omega. We have Kenny by God Omega, who is the AEW World Champion and the AAA Mega Heavyweight Champion, with Don Callis in his corner and Brandon Cutler in his corner. Versus no. It's a tag team match. It's Kenny Omega and Brandon Cutler versus Christian Cage and Frankie Kazarian. So I'm guessing Kenny Omega's team lose. Brandon Cutler will take the pinfall because Frankie Kazarian not getting pinned and Christian Cage is sure as hell ain't getting pinned. And Kenny Omega is not getting pinned. So the only person in this match that's getting pinned is Brandon Cutler. So that's why he's there. But yeah, the tag team match still doesn't make any sense though. Because, they have a match at All Out. So you don't want these guys to be in a ring. And also we have the All Out card. So the All Out, we have the Women's Casino Battle Royale. We have Pac versus Andrade El Idolo with Chavo Guerrero in his corner. And we have Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D. versus Chris Statlander. And the winner, so Britt Baker will be defending her AEW Women's Championship. And also, it's going to be CM Punk versus Darby Allin. So I can't wait for that match, bro. And we had the final fight. So they're calling that as the final fight. So if Jericho loses, he will never wrestle again. So MJF versus Chris Jericho. And also we have the AEW World Championship match. It's going to be Kenny by God Omega with Don Callis in his corner, the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega, versus Christian Cage, who is the Impact World Champion. So if Christian wins, he'll be double champ. We all know that he's not going to beat Omega, but yeah, if Christian wins, then he's going to be a double champ. So yeah. Those are all the matches for All Out, and the matches for next week, and the matches for Rampage. And so right after that, man, we had the main event, bro. We had the main event, and it was Malakai Black versus Brock Anderson. I'm just saying, Brock Anderson. Malakai Black versus Brock Anderson with Arn Anderson in his corner. And so yeah, man, I love the theme music for Aleister Black. Malakai Black. I love the theme music for Malakai Black and the entrance, like the darkness, that spotlight, and it just pitch black. It just turns black. Like during parts of his entrance, the light just cut off and it cuts back on. And the mask too. I love the mask too, man. It looks really cool. And so yeah, Black, he actually went back to his old ring gear. The tights, the short tights. Because at first during his match with Cody, when he had a match with Cody, he was wearing like Muay Thai pants or something like that, or Muay Thai shorts. We had a double leg takedown to Black. So Anderson, he had got some offense. Brock got some offense in on Black. And so we had a knee strike to Brock, and then we had kicks to Brock. And so Arn Anderson, he had like a towel. He had a towel in his hand. So he had the opportunity to throw the towel in, but he didn't throw it in. And so Black kept yelling at Arn to throw the towel in the ring, like throw it in the ring. And so we had a exploder suplex to Brock. And so Brock, he was bleeding at that point from his forehead. And so we had the black mask. We had the black mask to Brock. And so, yeah, Black, he does not go for the cover. So it took him a while for him to go for the cover. And so the crowd started chanting one more time. And so Black, he just went for the cover instead of hitting the move one more time. And so for the win, so Malakai Black wins the match. And so right after the match, Arn Anderson went to go check on Brock. And so Black, he went under the ring to go grab a chair. And so he stood off in the ring with Arn Anderson. Black did. He stood off in the ring with Arn Anderson. And so Anderson told him to put the chair down. Like, put the chair down. Let's fight like men. And so he put the chair down. And so Black went for the black mask. And Arn Anderson, he blocked it. He blocked the black mask, man. So yeah, man. Yeah, it was crazy, man. No, nobody should be blocking a black mask, dude. Like, he got hit with it once. Like, dude, the way that he blocked it, dude, I didn't like it. He blocked it with his hands. He couldn't weave out of the way. He couldn't weave out of the way. But he had to put his hands up, dude. Yeah, I didn't like that, man. I didn't like that. But yeah, he blocked the black mask and he ended up getting hit with the black mask anyway. So yeah, so he low blowed Arn, and so Black had gave him the black mask, and so that was it with that. And so right after that, man, we had Lee Johnson had ran out to the ring. He ran out to the ring. His theme music had played. Don't know why his theme music played. He should have just ran out to the ring. And so Lee Johnson just came out to the ring with his theme music. And so, yeah, he got in the ring and Black had left. He retreated. And so I was like, what? I was like, what? Why? Why is he running away from a guy like Lee Johnson? Why is he running away from a guy like Lee Johnson? Like, he should have got his head kicked off too, man. What, like, why is he running away from Lee Johnson? Why is he running away from anybody, period, man? Why is he running away from people? But yeah, man, I did not like that, man. Did not like that. The match, yeah, the match went the way it went. I did not expect this match to be any longer, but Black killed him. Black killed Brock. He killed Brock. And so yeah, man. But the ending, man, I just didn't like the ending. I didn't like the ending, man. The ending was so lame. It was lame, bro. I didn't like it. Did not like it. But yeah, man. So whenever Cody comes back, I'm guessing we'll have a rematch with Cody and Black at All Out. That's what I'm guessing it going. That's what I'm guessing is going right now because Black, like, what exactly are you gonna do with Black at All Out? You're gonna leave him off of the show? You're not gonna do that, man. You're gonna put him on the show, and the person that he's gonna fight is Cody Rhodes. Whenever Cody Rhodes come back, and Cody needs to lose again. He needs to lose again to Black. He does not need to beat Black. But yeah, man, that was it with the show. That was it with Dynamite, man. It was fine. It was okay. It wasn't all that good. You know, it wasn't all that good. The only thing I cared about was Punk. That's the only thing I cared about. And that was it, man. Punk and the Jericho and MJF feud, but mainly Punk. I was mostly interested in Punk and what he had to say and what he's gonna do next. And so yeah, man. Yeah, that was it. That's how I felt about Dynamite. It was okay. It was okay for what it was. It was fine. Wasn't all that good. Wasn't bad. Wasn't bad either. But they put on better shows than this. They put on better shows. This is not their best show. Not their best show. But yeah, man. So yeah, that was it. And yeah, man. If you like this video, man, hit the thumbs up, man. What are you waiting for? Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you're watching this for the first time ever, you're watching the D Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell to be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded because I am here every single week, man. Tuesdays for NXT, Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite, Thursdays for Impact Wrestling, Fridays for AEW Rampage, Saturdays and Sundays for the pay-per-views, whether it's WWE, AEW, or Impact Wrestling, man. Follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, man, and I'll see you guys on Thursday for Impact Wrestling, man. See you guys on Thursday. And if you missed my last week's review of AEW Dynamite, the video is going to be right up here in this corner. Video is going to be right up here in this corner, and the link to that video will be down below in the description. So if you missed anything, just click this video right up here, or if you could click the link down below in the description if you missed it. And so yeah, man, see you guys on Thursday. And once again, guys, thank you for the support. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. And I'll see you guys for Impact Wrestling on Thursday. And yeah, man, and once again, thank you for the love and support, man. Thank you, and thank you. And this has been the Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and don't forget to be awesome. And that's that.